Alrighty guys, what is going up? Welcome back to the best investing channel on YouTube. I am your host Carter, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the most undervalued stock to buy as soon as possible. Now all of these are my picks, so make sure you guys do your own research before you guys invest, because I'm just sharing my opinion, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Overall, I hope you guys get something of value, and if you do, hit that like button and subscribe because it really helps me out. Starting off with the very first pick is ticker symbol F. Now this is Ford Motor Company. You might be asking, why do you love Ford? 1, Ford sells the most trucks in the United States. 2, Ford is turning towards the electric vehicle space. 3, Ford is investing and working with multiple other companies to develop hydrogen fuel cell cars, and they're working with other companies to develop electric vehicles. Now, they also have the Ford Lightning, which is pretty much like the F-150 that is going to be all electric. And I think there is so much potential. Ford is constantly selling out of their new Mustangs and all of that stuff, which you guys can see. Look at this growth. They beat their past couple of earnings. They've been killing it lately. The only downside of Ford is 2 things. 1, they cut their dividend. They had to do that to save cash, which is expected to do when there's a lockdown. The second thing is the long-term debt. Ford has around $175 billion in long-term debt. It's very common for companies to take on long-term debt. You just want to make sure that they have enough money to pay it off. And right now, Ford kind of can. They've been paying this off for a while. They had to take on a little bit of debt during the lockdowns and everything like that, and over the past couple of years. But Ford is really looking really promising. So I think there's a lot of potential here. And given the market sell-off, brings a little opportunity, right? So the second company is the one and only Facebook. This is a company that I've been heavily investing in for the past couple of years now. The reason why I love Facebook is it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Facebook is a lot more than just a social media site. They reach, like 6 billion people every single month. They are absolutely killing it with margins. They have a margin rate at like 40 or 50%. So that means anytime Facebook brings in $100, they profit 40 or 50 bucks. Compare that to Apple. Apple has a profit margin of around 20%, or around $20 for every 100. So Facebook, extremely high margins, really strong growth. They're expected to grow right at around 40% with revenue this year, and they're dabbling in all types of other things. AI, they're working a little bit with autonomous driving. They had the new Facebook portals. So, this is a solid company. You cannot go wrong. Look at the overall growth. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, and it's just a solid growth stock. And I think looking back in the next 5-10 years, right now it's going to look undervalued, right? So very similar to this one right here. This is Google, also known as Alphabet, is the holding company of it. You guys can see the absolute powerhouse that this stock has shown. The overall growth is huge, outperformed all of the indexes, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. Now, the reason why I love Google is because Google is just more than the search engine, right? They have Google Maps, they have YouTube, they have Google Play, they sell phones, they have a lot of things, extremely high margins, a ton of cash on hand, barely any long-term debt. This company could literally stop tomorrow and have enough money to pay all their employees and continue to grow and invest in the business for like 10 years after this. That's how much cash they have. And I think that this stock is a beautiful example of why you should always trust the trend, because right in here, the trend was up, boom, and it just continued. The overall growth is really promising, and I'm super excited to see where this one goes. But I think looking back, in the next, 10 years, this is just going to be a very undervalued point for this stock here. Now, the last stock that I want to talk about is Planet 13. So Planet 13 is a cannabis company that is right now based out of Nevada. They have a huge warehouse there, and they are having another warehouse in California that is around 55,000 square feet, which is super large. Not to mention the revenues growing right at around 43% year over year, which is really strong. The only downside of Planet 13 is they're in one location right now, but they're making a ton of money. The company's growing, and it's cannabis, and you have to wait for certain states to legalize it before the company can grow more. So that's the only really major downside of this company. Beautiful upward trend, no major resistance. A little bit here at around $8 and then $8.67. So other than that, these are solid companies that I think are very undervalued and 100% worth it to have in your portfolio for sure. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and overall, I hope you guys got something of value, and we will see you guys later. Remember to stay happy, guys, stay positive, and stay safe out there. Take care.